Barrett doesn't flinch. Let's go into the night with Rick Ballou on 1010XL 92.5 FM.
There's only one undefeated team at home this year in the NFL, and that is the Denver Broncos. They are 7-0. Here come the upstart Jaguars, who are really in an uptick type of, development as of late, especially when you talk about getting after it early, right? Wasting no time. Think of Rosie O'Donnell at a buffet. I mean, screw the salad. Forget about the appetizers. You go straight for the meat, right? Right with your hands only. Utensils are not needed. And that is what Jacksonville has done. They have attacked the NFL in the last 3 weeks, and they've done it in the first quarter. And frankly, it has been absolutely impressive. It is my pet peeve. I have gone crazy about this over the years. I really have. And, recently with the coaching changes and everything else, the defense at 1 o'clock on a Sunday at times was ready. The special teams at times was ready. Not the offense. And it was just one after another, after another, after another. They just were in a coma at 1 o'clock. And, that really began this year. Even though they started 4-1, then they went to 4-3, 7 games in before the bye. Do you realize that the Jaguars in the first 7 games only averaged 3.3 points in the first quarter? So when you were making your way out to get yourself a 22-ounce, well, since we're talking about Denver this week, let's go with Coors. Let's go with Coors Light, right? From that fresh water that comes down from the mountains, man. It's, Coors Light's fine. I remember when they brought it into Boston. My dad was involved at that time with some distributing, if you will, kind of on the side. He was out of coaching for like a year. He had a pretty cool job as a troubleshooter. He would go to certain restaurants and bars and have a beer and talk to the people about how the packages were being delivered, kind of a troubleshooter type of deal. But anyway, that's when Coors came in. I remember it. It was probably, late 70s when that actually happened. It was a very regional beer, geographically speaking. Now Coors is all over the place. And again, you can get it no matter where you are shopping. But that is a Denver produced beer. And I used to see the guy every year at the Daytona 500 with Spurrier and Fred McGriff. And when Miller Lite had their tents right behind Pit Road, and I think it was Pete Coors maybe, until I guess he got pinched for DUI. He used to do those commercials, remember him? He's kind of out there, and there was like waterfalls, and it was very, very cool back in the day. But hey, we all have our day, and then that comes to an end, some will say. But the Jaguars, 3.3 points in the first quarter through the first 7 games, 10.6 points in the first half through the first 7 games. Okay? You look at what they've done in the last 3. They've scored 11.7 in the first 15 minutes of football, 25.7 in the first 30 minutes of football. Currently, right now, they are 7th in the NFL first quarter scoring at just under 6 points a game, and first half scoring, 7. They are 7th in the NFL at 14.1 points. I remember talking about this last year. They were a smidge over 8 points. And I was kind of giving you the, visualization of, can you imagine consistently now, upon an average, that you were going to the halftime break with your offense averaging 8 points a football game? How do you even get ready for the second half? But that was yesteryear. This is this year. And this football team, as of late, has been completely electrifying. Denver's a really good football team. They're a well-coached football team. However, they're second in the NFL in penalties. They get 8 a game. The Jaguars hold on to that responsibility at 8.4 penalties per contest. I kind of like to look at this a little bit like back when it was really important in these parts where Florida State, Florida, and Miami were all getting after it. Remember? They always led. Florida State always led in penalties. And they weren't foolish false starts. They weren't jumping off sides on a 3rd and 1 or a 4th and 1. What were they? Late hits, extra nonsense. And the Jaguars got 3 of them on Sunday, which, by the way, when you get to this time of year, and that's where I'm headed with this, you cannot get the personal fouls that Mason Smith has no right getting a personal foul. He hadn't done anything all year. And I'm not going to start the program tonight by singling out guys and saying they're not playing well, because there's so many on this team who are, and that is playing well, and who have overachieved. So I'm not going to get after Mason Smith. I'm hoping there's still an opportunity for that light to go on. I just wouldn't bet on it. But still, he shouldn't be getting a 15-yard penalty. Greg Newsome got one. I actually liked it with Brian Thomas Jr. because it showed a little bit of fight. It showed a little bit of oomph, right? And some believe that that was lacking. And, you go back and you really analyze the entire year with Thomas Jr., some people have questioned his effort. I'm one who believes that that is not the case outside of when he was scared, okay? Enter alligator arms, whatever it is that you may call it, because he thought he was going to get popped. And that may simply be because of the preseason game against Pittsburgh. I don't know. But he's really picked it up. His intensity as far as downfield blocking, whatever it's been, it has been working lately. I still think he's going to be a big factor in all of this for Jacksonville. I do. With 3 games remaining plus January football, I think Brian Thomas Jr., the farther they go, he's going to have to keep on making plays on a week-to-week basis. But Sean Payton's a really good coach. Vance Joseph is one of the better defensive coordinators in the NFL. They're averaging 8 penalties a game. This is a contest, and we'll see what the weather looks like. It's going to be cold, so what would you think on the surface, even though it's Trevor Lawrence and it's Bo Nix? It would come down to who's able to run the football. Well, Jaguars number 1 against the rush in the NFL, 86.3 yards. Guess who's number 2 against the rush? The Denver Broncos, allowing only 90.9 yards a game. If Jacksonville rushes for that amount, my guess would be they're not going to win. But if you dive back and really crunch the numbers, the last 3 weeks, especially if you get away from Lawrence running and receivers who have given you a counter here and there, the running back average is under 3 yards per for the last 3 games. And that's quite a sample size. I want to say there's close to 80 total carries. With ETN, the now injured Tootin, and you're going to get much more of Allen Jr., at least I would assume so, beginning this weekend in Denver. Hey, numbers are numbers are numbers, right? You play the game on the field. That's what we do in our position. That's what everyone, of course, across the NFL does in their position who covers this great game, except for Richard Sherman, who's so soft, who's such a dunce, that he won't even watch the Jacksonville Jaguars play. This is amazing. Who's he answering to? How can his bosses allow this to take place? I have no problem with anyone calling out the Jaguars players or coaches. I bow up a little bit when they pick on my city. I bow up a little bit when they pick on the fans. But I have never, ever, ever heard of a guy who is a national analyst who covers pro football be so upset with a fan base that he refuses to watch the team play a game. He should be fired immediately. He should, and he's good. I've always liked Richard Sherman. I've never had a problem with him. Okay? He's a smart guy. He went to Stanford. I mean, how can you just come out and say that? That they're one of 32 teams that you're responsible for covering. They're 10-4. They're in first place in the AFC South. They're a number 3 seed with an opportunity to get to a number 2 seed. And you're not going to watch them play any games, yet when they go to you pregame, in-game, halftime, postgame, your word means something to a whole heck of a lot of people. Yet you're not going to say anything because you don't watch this team play. It's just appalling to me. I mean, my goodness, has journalism, has sports broadcasting with this particular news item, which popped out on Monday, has really been set back years and years and years. Maybe you're not bothered by it. I don't know. Hey, listen, I tell you all the time not to listen to these members of the national media, but many of you do. And again, let me clarify. I'm not upset. I never get upset if you take a shot at Trevor Lawrence and the players, if you take a shot at Liam Cohen and the coaches. I do have an issue when you attack the city and when you attack the fans. That's why I can't stand Jason Kelsey to this day. Every time I look, he's on TV doing something. He's making more and more cash. Am I jealous? Absolutely. Only of his paycheck. But I'll never turn around and all of a sudden become Mark Schlereth as well. Where did that come from? Schlereth does 3-4 Jaguar games a year. I mean, for crying out loud, stink. I used to be a big fan, but he found it by comparing them to what? The Dallas Cowboys, and saying that there's a better public relations staff there. That's the only difference between Dallas and Jacksonville. I disagree. Jaguars have a very, very good public relations staff. All right. That's where you are. Third down offense, Jaguars 25th. Ooh, Denver 12th. That's huge. That's the one part of all this that still surprises me with only 3 games to go. Turnovers, that ratio between turnovers and takeaways, enormous. Time of possession, enormous. Starting fast, enormous. Penalties, or perhaps the lack thereof, enormous. Third down offense. You have to continue to play. Jaguars put together that 7-play, 75-yard drive, took 4 minutes and 18 seconds off the clock to begin the game. They didn't even get to third down. They were first down, second down, first down, first down, first down, second down, first down, first down. Say it with me, Dylan. First down, second down, first down, first down, first down, second down, first down, first down.
First down, second down. I'm sorry, I'm trying to keep up with your rhythm.
Let's try it one more time. Here we go. 3, 2, 1. First down, second down, first down, first down, first down, second down, first down, first down.
First down, second down, first down, first down.
Very good. Dylan, are you over your hangover yet? You weren't able to join us last night. I heard you were getting after it with 2 fists. Is that true?
Yeah, I was at Applebee's on Lane Avenue. You know how it gets down there.
Good old man. When I was working off of Lane Avenue, they didn't even have an Applebee's. That must be. This was in the mid-'90s.
Okay.
They had like this old country barbecue. They had a Piccadilly cafeteria, if I remember correctly.
So things have changed, in other words.
Yeah, and they had San Juan Liquors, where you went down.
I know. I'm very familiar.
I remember one time.
That's still there.
When I was doing my show, they brought in the strippers from San Juan Liquors. Say that after me. Strippers from San Juan Liquors. Strippers from San Juan Liquors. And man, they came, and what a smell. You know, you have that strip club stench of like cigarettes and piled on perfume and whatever else it was. But they did it to try to, and they're not, it's still in business. I don't want to.
Well, all right. So there's
I don't want to rip a current
clubs.
company.
There's 2 strip clubs on San Juan. They just got rid of one of them. That got demolished for a stinking car maintenance shop.
Oh,
so
okay.
They got rid of one of them, but the Flash Dancers on San Juan and Blanding is still there.
It's called Flash Dancers?
Flash Dancers.
Okay, we got to take a trip out there. I never make it to that part of town, but It was San Juan Liquors, and I think it was like a liquor store with a bar, and it had a pole where you could strip.
Oh, okay.
As well. It's like 3 for 1.
I think it's now just a corner store.
Yeah, so you'd be like, honey, I'm going to the liquor store, and you return 3 hours later. So that was the deal back in the good old ball days at, hey, back when I had absolutely nothing to lose. Okay? Today I have way too much. That's why I don't take any chances. You'll find that this is a vanilla-like show. All right, opening comments tonight are brought to you by Shmunez Vision. They wish you all a very happy holiday. Now, let's get you set up for 2026. You can still make an appointment, get yourself an examination. When you're there, you're going to see all this fancy equipment. Okay, a lot of these practices, they're going to bring you from one machine to another, to another, to another, to another. And you know what? You don't know anything about it. I don't know anything about it. But what does it do? It raises the bill, right? They have this equipment at Shmunez Vision, but you may not need it. They're always looking out for you as far as value, and they're going to give you the best for your money. So regardless of what the circumstances are, make yourself an appointment today. Get yourself an examination, an update as far as your contacts and glasses, and who knows, maybe you're a candidate for laser eye surgery. Ask them about it. It's very affordable, especially if you do have insurance. You could have 20/20 for the rest of your days. Just go to Shmunez Vision online, or you can also go to Instagram. Get the very latest from Shmunez Vision as far as testimonials. All right, we are absolutely jam-packed tonight. It is Denver week on your home of the Jaguars. When we come back, a quick little spin around the league. Let's look at the very latest as far as the playoffs. Mark Duffner's coming up today at 6:33. Sit next to him during Jaguars games in the press box. Want to really dive into what the Jags have done as of late defensively, including 2 days ago, a lot of 3 safety looks for the Jaguars. What about the rotation of the 4 defensive backs now? Ever since, Jordan Lewis's return, Jarian Jones continues to play. They've done a really nice job rotating if you consider what Greg Newsome and Buster Brown has done as well. So we have all that coming up. That'll be with Mark Duffner at 4:33. I'll make that 6:33.
Get hit by the man in the back, Tommy Mack.
I'm bringing you straight to the gridiron to show you what it's like to put on the Jags helmet and pads.
Fridays on Jaguars Today. Unlocked by Renewal by Anderson Custom Windows and Doors on 1010XL.
Hey, folks, it's Frank Frangie. Now, I've been telling you about my daughter, Amber, and she's been telling you how much weight she's dropped with Awaken 180. It's hard to believe. Even in football season, even when she hangs out with her friends, and even when she tailgates and does all that stuff, she's still losing weight. You can even drink alcohol. Can you believe that? Well, Awaken 180 shows you how to swap calories, not flavor. You have to be disciplined, but they make it easy. Amber and I talk about this all the time. She can't believe how easy it is, and she's so excited about it. But what I will tell you is it's really working. I see how excited she is. I see the look on her face. I see how her self-esteem has changed and her confidence. It's one of the greatest things that's ever happened with my daughter, and it means that much to me. Now, Awaken 180 programs are reimbursable with your HSA or FSA, and those HSA dollars expire December 31st. Don't leave money on the table. Call Awaken 180 today and kickstart your transformation before the new year. Call 844-346-1800. That's 844-346-1800, or go to awaken180weightloss.com.
Ballou here for Shmunez Vision. Why Shmunez Vision? Well, I've been with Dr. Neil Shmunez now since I got back to Jacksonville in 2006. 37 years of experience he has. Shmunez Vision is a family organization that focuses on personal high-quality medical and surgical eye care. Dr. Catherine Shmunez is fellowship-trained in cornea and cataract surgery and all refractive surgery. Combined, that's 30 years plus in laser eye surgery. Visit shmunezvision.com today. Here you can see.
XL Prime Time is back where they belong.
Wait a minute, I know where that is.
Lunch is on Joe C., Matt Hayes, and Leon.
You could lay a little barbecue on us?
From the big #1 Duval Ford Studios.
But somebody else is going to have to cook it.
Noon to 2 weekdays on 1010XL.
Beaver Toyota, Beaver Chevrolet, and Beaver Mitsubishi are on a mission to sell 2,000 vehicles this December. I've instructed my team to take every reasonable offer. We won't lose your business over price. Thousands of cars, trucks, and SUVs priced to move. Get year-end savings, top dollar for your trade, and the easiest car buying experience ever. But hurry, these deals end when we hit 2,000, and we ain't leaving nothing on the table. Make it a December to remember, only at Beaver Toyota, Beaver Chevrolet, and Beaver Mitsubishi.
When all you have is a hammer, everything is a nail. I'm Dr. George Bari, and like me, I know you have been bombarded with PRP and stem cell treatments from companies that promise the world and charge prices to match. Or the surgeon that convinced you the only way to treat your injuries through surgery. At Bari Orthopedics, we offer the best PRP treatment on the market with prices that won't cost you an arm and a leg. We also have the expertise to treat your injury surgically, if that is what it entails. We can discuss all surgical and non-surgical options with you and make sure you get the best treatment available. Come see me, Dr. George Bari at Bari Orthopedics.
Hey, Duval, here's your chance to be face-to-face with the Jags as they take the field on game day. Jump in the shadows and experience the Jaguars like never before. Enter today at everbank.com/shadows for your chance to be part of the action. No purchase necessary to enter or win. Open to legal residents of the 50 United States and D.C., 18 and older. Entry periods for the sweepstakes are from 8/4/25 to 12/21/25. For official rules and complete details, visit everbank.com/shadows. Sponsor and administrator, Everbank, N.A. member FDIC.
Are you 18 years or older, just got married, just got divorced, or have children? Listen up. Have you done your last will and estate planning? If you have questions, call Matt Hinson with the Hinson Law Firm. Reach him at 527-1700, offices Jacksonville, Florida. And don't let the state decide your fate.
I'm here with Danny Van Sickle, director of the Electrical Training Alliance. Danny, tell me about your program.
Hey, Rick. We're a 4-year electrical apprenticeship. Our students start out making over $40,000 a year, and right now make over $90,000 a year, including benefits. There is no tuition or student debt. You just have to apply and get accepted.
Did you say no tuition and no student debt?
You heard that right, Rick. Once you're accepted to the program, you only cost for the books and the course fees. About $800 a year.
That sounds like an amazing opportunity. How can I learn more?
Just go to etajax.org, and you can apply there.
Apply by May 14th.
San Jose Collision is hiring for an automotive detailer and porter. If you're detail-oriented, dependable, and love working with cars, apply in person at San Jose Collision in Mandarin. Valid driver's license required.
1010XL, presented by Farah and Farah, exclusive injury law firm of the Jacksonville Jaguars. When it's game time, Farah doesn't flinch. Into the Night with Rick Ballou on 1010XL 92.5 FM.
Men get the kids tonight, right? Tuesdays and Wednesdays. The ladies on the prowl. Good luck, ladies, whatever it is that you are looking for. Into the Night supports you. Oh, my gosh. To be out there with you is so much fun. I got to work, though. Got years and years to put in right here on the home of the Jags. Gonna be an 80s night around here somewhere, right? Something rocking. How many bars do we have in the Jacksonville area where you're still allowed to smoke? That's what I'd like an answer to, since we were talking about late night establishments, which I haven't been to in forever. I just haven't. I mean, I got a beautiful woman at home. Why would I? I mean, there's no reason to do it. That and the fact that they absolutely suck here in Jacksonville. Kidding. I'm kidding.
Oh, man.
Actually, I'm not. But I don't know. I just don't. Look at all the feedback here. This is, well, here's one person say, well, you giving this life, who cares? Talking about the Richard Sherman situation. I told you why I care. It's not that he's ripping the team and the players. It's that he's not doing his job as a highly paid analyst in the NFL because he doesn't like the Jaguars fan base. It's the first I've ever heard of it for the Jaguars fan base. Usually this comes from Philadelphia, comes from New York. It comes from, Foxborough. It comes a great deal in college football, but we almost never hear this with the Jaguar fans. And I'm not saying every group of fans doesn't have, a bad percentage. But if you were to list fan behavior being cordial as far as a fan base, behind Green Bay and Chicago, and nothing can come close, honestly, to the Midwest. I don't know what it is. I mean, when I went from Boston to here, I couldn't really totally comprehend just how nice the human beings were when I got to Tallahassee in the late 80s, okay? Now, that's probably changed because too many people from other parts of the country have moved here, right? And they bring a lot of anger with them. I know that because I was angry when I showed up at the age of 8. Not really. I just say it because it sounds a little bit better. I mean, what can you be angry about at 18? Especially when you get out of the snow and the politics and the taxes of Massachusetts to go to school in a place like Florida State. There's nothing to be mad about. But anyway, it does make you wonder just a tiny bit. All right. Yes, Tootin is out. Someone's asking me here, do I believe that Jaquindon Jackson could be called up? I think it's a really good opportunity for that to happen. The Jaguars actually made a couple of moves today. Let me share them with you. It was a busy afternoon for the Jaguars. They signed running back DJ Dallas. Now, let me see if he was taken off of the practice squad. He was. Okay, so Dallas appeared in 3 games this season as a member of the Carolinas practice squad and returned 6 kickoffs for 141 yards. It doesn't say if he was still on the practice squad. If they got him off that today, though, that means he would be on the active roster for a minimum of at least 3 games for the remainder of the regular season. So DJ Dallas, you remember him from playing at the U. Running back signed today. They placed Jack Kaiser, unfortunately, on the reserve injured list. He went down very late Sunday in the victory. Jalen McLeod, the 21-day practice period, that window was opened for him, and that is effective beginning tomorrow, Wednesday, December 17th. Of course, today is an off day for the Jaguars. They've had a lot of success doing that as of late. Brenton Strange, Eric Murray, just to mention a few who were put back on the injured reserve to return, and they have done that. So that is some good news there. I don't think there's any question about it. All right, Vance Joseph, and this is what I'm going to talk to Mark Duffner about. He's one of the better blitzers in the NFL. Percentage-wise, he doesn't do it as highly as others, but he's far more successful. All right, so less at bats, more hits if you were to measure it with baseball terminology. And Denver will get after you from all different types of directions. You're really going to get a challenge this week because you're taking on one of the best defenses in pro football. All right, you're aware of the fact that Denver right now is 3rd overall in the NFL at 18.6 points allowed a game. We just talked about the top 2 rush defenses in the NFL. Jacksonville is number 1. Denver is number 2, okay? But they have the ability to blitz and do things, whether it's coming from all throughout the defense, safeties, corners, linebackers, some exotic blitzes, some delay blitzes, some stunts that can confuse. I do want to get into that with Mark Duffner, and a guy who spent 50 years in both college and the NFL with a defensive mind, a linebacker who was also a coordinator as well as a head coach at both Maryland and Holy Cross previously before he got the job at UM, to get into what he sees the Jaguars doing against the Denver Broncos. Totally different type of atmosphere, going out and winning on the road against the team that is 7-0 so far this year at Mile high. All right, tonight's job is brought to you by the Alexander Law Practice. I'm going to get there in just one moment, but let's bring in Mark Duffner on the other side, and we'll talk to him about the Jaguars' defense, what has changed, and his outlook on the matchup against the Broncos Sunday.
All this week, experience an international sporting event for free. The Predator Pro Billiard Series happens daily at the Hyatt Regency Riverfront. Admission is free, no tickets needed. Clear your schedule, grab a friend, and see top pool pros from 40 countries compete in both men's and women's tournaments. This is high-stakes, high-skill, championship-level billiard. Don't miss the Predator Pro Billiard Series all this week at the Hyatt Riverfront downtown. Details at ProBilliardSeries.com.
Frank Frangie here. Nimnik Buick GMC wishes you and your family a very Merry Christmas and Happy New Year. And for the holidays, Nimnik Buick GMC has prices that are better than ever. If you're looking for a dealership that actually makes car buying easy, well, at Nimnik, you'll find unbeatable holiday savings, huge selection of Buicks and GMCs, plus flexible financing that fits your budget. Whether you're looking for a new SUV, work-ready truck, or certified pre-owned, they've got you covered. So don't wait. Start shopping at NimnikBuickGMC.com or visit the showroom off Phillips Highway today. GMC, we are professional grade.
Been in a car crash? I'm local attorney Rick Alexander, and I've made it our mission at the Alexander Law Practice to listen to you so I can fight for the best possible result for you. I've been practicing over 30 years, and our team focuses on guiding you through the entire process. And because fees and reimbursement costs come out at the end of the case, I will never ask you to come out of pocket. For a free review, call 904-400-6600 or log on to alexanderlawpractice.com, Jacksonville.
We're certainly facing interesting economic times. For me, it's comforting to know my money's in good hands with ITP Partners. Jacksonville guys taking care of my Jacksonville money. Experience? Yeah, that's Chris Bryan, Jeff Hartman, Reagan Wright, Dan Abel, Scott Regner, Janice Cobb, and Reed Wingate. They have the expertise and knowledge to take care of your money. For more info, go to itppartners.com. ITP Partners, they're my financial partners for life.
Non-compensated client testimonial may not be representative of all client experiences. No guarantee of future performance or success.
Ready for huge holiday savings? It's the Expert Automotive Giving Garage. This Christmas, they're driven to give back. Bring in any new wrap toy donation and get $50 off any service. That's $50 off repairs, diagnostics, or maintenance just for helping a child. Plus, they're giving you 50% off your oil change. $50 off any service with a toy and 50% off oil changes. The Giving Garage at Expert Automotive. They never sell greed, only what you need.
Jacksonville's building a fence along the goal line. This is the Superior Fence and Rail Defensive Player of the Game. Superior Fence and Rail, where quality matters.
Boye Oluokun flew high against the Jets in the Sunshine State. The 6'2 linebacker recorded 8 tackles over the weekend, with 3 being solo and assisting on 5. Number 23 was flying like an eagle, and he's your Superior Fence and Rail's defensive player of the game.
You waited forever for your new fence. Then, strangers show up. Subcontractors rushing the job. Sent by the company you trusted. Frustrating, right? Superior Fence and Rail promises better. Their professionally trained builders deliver quality you can trust. No subcontractors, no shortcuts. Just the superior craftsmanship your home deserves.
When you're on the fence, about a fence, SuperiorFenceandRail.com.
Truth Teller here, and I've solved all of your holiday problems and stress. A gift card from the Blue Crab Crab House. Get this, you buy a $50 gift card, and you get an additional $15 card for free. It's that simple, and as always at the Blue Crab Crab House, the best crabs in Jacksonville, oysters and seafood, period. Blue Crab Crab House, open every day except for Monday, off of San Jose on Jewington Creek Road.
1010XL, presented by Farah and Farah, exclusive injury law firm of the Jacksonville Jaguars. Focused, fueled, fearless, Farah. Into the Night with Rick Ballou on 1010XL 92.5 FM.
All right, Mark Duffner, 50 years as a coach in both college and pro, joins us here on the home of the Jacksonville Jaguars. Mark, how are you?
I'm doing great, Rick. How about yourself?
Man, everything is fantastic. Jaguars have really played some outstanding football as of late. Primarily, I want to ask you about defense, but they've averaged nearly 28 points a game in the first half, the last three contests. What's the major difference in your opinion?
Well, I think it starts with the offensive line. First of all, I think they're playing very well. They were outstanding this last game against the Jets. That they protected Trevor so well. But I'd say really it's the confidence and the quick decision making and positive decision making of Trevor Lawrence. He's had 3 games back to back over 100 quarterback rating. I think I love what I saw. As you and I watched the game on Sunday. I mean, he executed at a very, very high level, both in terms of making decisions, getting the ball out, distributing the ball, throwing the deep ball. And then the other thing he did is he used his legs in a tremendous way. I mean, again, garnering an all-time position where he threw for 5 touchdowns, rushed for 1, and rushed for over 50 yards. Nobody in football has ever done that.
Mm-hmm.
So a very, very productive game by him. I think his play is the reason that, we're playing in the way that we are. I mean, they scored 8 out of 11 times, 8 out of 11 drives, 6 touchdowns, 2 field goals. I mean, it's pretty impressive.
It really is. And guys who have stepped up, I mean, Quentin Morris, what he did 2 days ago, obviously Cole Van Landen and what he's been able to do, making the move for Jacoby Myers, a complete team where they're using everyone on their roster, and moves that they have made has really, made an impact overall on this football team.
Rick, I don't know if I've ever seen a team, have that kind of success. I mean, every single thing they've done has been a plus. And Myers, like you said, the impact he's had in the locker room, in practice, in preparation, in the meeting rooms, and certainly on the field has been priceless, And the other thing I think that's, as you said, utilizing a lot of people. I mean, the other day, Myers has 5 catches, over 14 yards a catch. Brian Thomas Jr., 4 catches, over 16 yards a catch. Washington, 3 catches, over 17 yards a catch. ETN, 3 touchdowns, 24 yards a catch. You talk about people contributing and distribution of the ball, and whether it's inside, outside, it's just unbelievable.
Mark Duffner, our guest, the Jaguars in Denver to take on the Broncos Sunday. A huge matchup. Of course, Denver right now a number 1 seed. Jaguars first place in the AFC South overall. A number 3 seed with still a real good opportunity to get a number 2 seed. All right, some changes defensively that we've seen Anthony Campanelli employ as of late. Let's begin with 2 days ago, seeing 3 safeties get more than 40 snaps in Dewey, Antonio Johnson, Eric Murray. Your opinion on the 3 safety set that he has been using?
Well, I think it's excellent, and he's getting great production out of it. In fact, when you look at guys that made plays in the game, these guys made them. Wingert plays very well consistently. Antonio has a interception in the game. Eric Murray opens the game with a tackle for loss. That's how they started the game. And then, he also contributed in terms of quarterback sacks. So I think he's, trying to, with the matchups, the game with personnel and matchups, I think he's doing a good job of fitting the personnel to the responsibility that the scheme and the defense requires. So I think it's excellent. And really, when you think about how they started the game, they start the game with a tackle for loss. They finish the game with an interception. The very first drive of the game, offensively, they go down the field properly and score. Defensively, tackle for loss by Travion Walker on a 4th down stop. A lot of positives.
If you look at Anthony Campanelli and you were to look at guys who have improved drastically since he got here, I think everyone would say Devin Lloyd, number 1. But Antonio Johnson, it took a little bit longer. I remember watching training camp with you, and this is when Darnell Savage was still here and some others who didn't make the team. He's so much bigger. He's so much longer than the other safeties. Folks are just waiting for it to all come together. Is it the scheme that allows him to keep his eyes on the quarterback? What's been the big change with Antonio Johnson?
Well, I think part of it's, Anthony's confidence in him and putting him in position to really do some things that a guy that has the length and the speed that Antonio has, you want to see part of your scheme. I think his utilization has been excellent, and I think, he feels from Coach Campanile that trust and that confidence in where he's going to place him in position to make plays, and he's responded by, in fact, making those plays. So, I mean, when I saw Antonio, during camp, when you and I were watching, I'm saying, wow, I mean, this guy looks like he's very, very special, and I think that they have, recognized what his strengths are and put those to good use.
There was a stretch before Jordan Lewis got hurt where Jarian Jones played 6 snaps in 5 games. And they put him back in the slot, and we know how well he did. But, the fact that they're rotating 4 guys now and mixing them up, if you include the return of Lewis, Buster Brown has had a great year. And it took a little bit for Greg Newsome, but he's getting better. Just your opinion on being able to go with 4 corners, and rotate them, including when they're in the nickel.
Well, Rick, what a great luxury to have these kind of guys, being able to play for you and play productively. And credit has to go to the coaching staff in addition to the players, and that they're doing that. And they're doing it at a lot of positions, certainly at corner. But they're certainly getting it done in the offensive line with multiple lineups that they've had, the versatility that Van Lanen's presented, Milam, et cetera. And at wide receiver, they're getting a lot of production out of a lot of players. And here's the key. When you're a player and you know that the coaching staff's going to prepare you to play and then in fact play you, that makes for a happy team in a lot of ways. And so these guys, the message across the league is, hey, if you're a productive player and you're going to play hard, you got a chance to play and play each and every week for the Jaguars. That's the message you want. That's excellent.
Final moment with Mark Duffner, our guest right here on 92.5 FM. When Trayvon Walker was out, we saw Josh Hines-Allen move all across the defensive line. Now with him back, and no one's going to argue that, they're not a better team with Trayvon Walker, but it's basically back to left side for Trayvon, right side for Josh Hines-Allen. Do you stay with that, or do you mix things here possibly as they get ready for January football?
I think, Rick, you bring up a great point, and I think you do mix it. I think they had success utilizing Josh Hines-Allen to attack different protections, to attack personnel, the different, players on the offensive line, taking advantage to have him beat them. And the other thing you got to mention is, how about Green and Strigo and the contributions they made when he was down. So, like I said, Green got a sack in the game the other day. So when you look at the roster and you look at the guys that are contributing, it's multiple people, but it's also a real good evaluation of the players and putting them in a spot to be successful. I'm highly impressed with what the staff is doing in that. And again, I promise you that the environment in that locker room, when players know that they're going to get an opportunity to play and the coaches are, showing that trust in them, it's as good as it gets. So I think it's a tribute to everybody in terms of their preparation, and we're going to need it as we move forward, and we got a great challenge this coming week.
All right, last one for you because I forgot to ask this offensive question. Vance Joseph and this very talented Denver defense, they don't blitz as much as other teams, but they have more success with less at-bats, if that makes, any sense to you. Just your opinion on what he's going to try to dial up to try to confuse this offensive line that has been so good as of late, and obviously quarterback Trevor Lawrence.
Well, again, kudos to what Vance Joseph has done. He's got a defense, as you've already talked about. They're number one in red zone and third down. They're in the top 5 in pass, total defense, the rush defense, scoring defense. They're across the board. This is an elite and maybe the best defense in the league. Very well coached. They probably play as much man coverage. I think they're probably 3rd in the league in percentage of man coverage. Well, that's also going to imply pressure. And I think they're ranked about 8th in the league in terms of blitz rate. So they will blitz you now, and he'll utilize a lot of man coverage. So that's something that when you look at our offense and how they've been against blitz, Trevor has struggled some, and a lot of quarterbacks do against blitz. I think right now Trevor's somewhere around 30th in the league in completion rate against blitz, and he's thrown 4 interceptions. Well, that hasn't been part of the ball game as of late. We hope it continues to stay away. So this guy, I mean, when you look at what they've done, they're leading the league in sacks, whether it be pressure or not, 58. They're about 3rd in the league in terms of quarterback pressure and hits. They've got a guy, Zach Allen, that number 99 inside. When you watch him, he leads the league in quarterback hits. So they've got it basically not only on the edge, but also inside. So they're also a team that is 2nd in the league in the least amount of explosives, runs or passes over 20 yards in the league. They have the second least. So you're playing a team that understands where they need to be, plays with good eyes, plays with good technique. It's going to be a big challenge for us.
Yeah, it's going to be a lot of fun. There's no question about it. Mark Duffner, 50 years college and NFL coaching, including a linebackers coach right here in Jacksonville. Mark Duffner, always a lot of fun. Thank you.
Well, I appreciate being with you, Rick, and appreciate all that you're presenting to the fans here. You do an outstanding job.
Always good to catch up. There he goes, Mark Duffner. A lot of fun, as always. So, yeah, you heard him really break down this defense. Again, they don't blitz as much as other teams, but they have more success when they do. And the numbers have not been great this year on Trevor Lawrence, as Mark Duffner just told us, when it comes to the blitz. But they've gotten so much better as of late on that offensive line. That's going to be a big key, and that's going to be what I think one of the major differences in the outcome of the game. Who has more success getting after either Lawrence or, getting after Bo. We'll see. Bo Nix, of course, the quarterback for the Denver Broncos. All right, we got much more to do. Let's begin the lineup of your questions. 641-1010 on the text line, brought to you by Lifetime Enclosures. You can also join us tonight on YouTube. Just go to 1010XL into the night.
Saddle up your horses. The Jaguars ride to the Rockies, ready to rope the Broncos at Mile High. Can the Jags break the Bronx? Saddle up and find out. It's Duval Attitude versus Denver Altitude. Jaguars Broncos Sunday at 1 on the home of the Jaguars. 1010XL.
Hey, Hicken here. I couldn't be any happier than to join the George Moore Chevrolet family. When I say family, I mean it. Visit their beautiful showroom today off Atlantic Boulevard. Find out exactly what I'm talking about. No pressure, just friendly help. And whether you want a car, a truck, SUV, electric, pre-owned, you name it, George Moore Chevrolet has it. And if you can't make it over to Atlantic Boulevard, no problem. MooreChevy.com is easy to navigate as any site you will try. It's never been more easy to use. George Moore Chevrolet. Together, let's drive.
Frank Frangie for Coil Fencing. Jacksonville is full of memorable sports moments. Remember when the Jaguars upset the Denver Broncos in the 1996 divisional round as a 14-point underdog and launched them into the AFC Championship? Well, you know who won't upset you? The team at Coil Fencing. Coil is A+ rated with the Better Business Bureau and has been serving the Jacksonville community for nearly 100 years. From sleek aluminum fencing your HOA will love to tough chain link for your commercial project, Coil does it all. Visit CoilJacks.com. That's COILE Jacks.com. Coil Fencing, partner of the Jacksonville Jaguars.
I'm Max Fink, and I'm your Gator Updater. Listen for the Gator Report several times a week on 1010XL.
Freshened up by San Jose Collision on the home of the Florida Gators. 1010XL.
Go, Gator!
I'm with Fred from Cycles of Jacksonville, and the fall part of the year just offers so much fun, especially when you're out and about. Tell everybody what's happening with Triumph right now.
They have got a lot of new models on the road, from Scrambler 400s. They've got their legendary Rocket motorcycle. Lots of really cool bikes to choose from.
And the price point and all the tricks that come with the Triumph bike, they're all there.
They're all there. Entry level to the greatest of the great. We've got them.
Look for them online, cyclesofjacksonville.com. Check out their Facebook page or that showroom on Atlantic near Regency.
Hey, Jacksonville DDH. Dreamfinders Danny Hicken here with the scoop from Dreamfinders Homes, your National Builder of the Year. We've got first-year interest rates as low as 2.99% in homes in 20-plus communities throughout Northeast Florida. If you're house hunting, make sure your first pick Dreamfinders Homes, the proud official home builder of the PGA Tour, the Florida Gators, and your Jacksonville Jaguars. Visit dfhsalesevent.com today and tell them Dreamfinders Danny sent you.
Have you ever dreamed of owning a handcrafted cabin tucked into a 1,000-acre regenerative farm? Well, now you can. This is Frank Frangie for the farm in Okefenokee, just an hour north of Jacksonville in Folkston. With only 250 cabins at full build-out, it's a rare chance to live off-grid, but not alone, in a community grounded in nature, food, and purpose. The amenities include a 2,300-acre hunting lease. Learn more at okefarm.com. That's okefarm.com.
Universal Roof and Contracting presents the Offensive Player of the Game. Universal Roof and Contracting. The difference is universal.
Trevor Lawrence soared on Sunday versus New York. The franchise quarterback tallied 330 yards on 20 of 32 attempts and had 6 total touchdowns in what was a legendary day. The Golden One let the Jets know that he's the captain now, and he's your Universal Roof and Contracting Offensive Player of the Game.
This holiday season, Universal Roof and Contracting is making it easy to check roof repairs off your list. Save up to 20% on roof placements and repairs now through December 31st. Financing is available with payments as low as $115. Call 855-ROOF-HELP for your free inspection. Universal Roof and Contracting, protecting your home and building your trust. License number CCC 057165, CBC 1258484.
UniversalRoof.com.
Do you want to grow your career with a company that's committed to growing with you? Florida Home AC has aggressive plans to double their workforce, and they're looking for determined, resourceful people with initiative. Just log on to floridahomeac.com/careers to find out more. We're talking a competitive, guaranteed base salary with bonus opportunity, comprehensive paid training programs, and promotions based upon performance and top shelf benefits. It's all waiting for you. Log on to floridahomeac.com/careers. Florida Home AC, equal opportunity employer.
1010XL, presented by Farah and Farah, exclusive injury law firm of the Jacksonville Jaguars. Still, present, ready. Farah doesn't flinch. Into the Night with Rick Ballou on 1010XL 92.5 FM.
Arch Manning is going to stay at Texas one more year of college football. For Arch. "52 years ago today, you know what happened?
Miami Dolphins.
O.J. Simpson ran for 2,000 yards.
In a 14-game season.
Right. First to ever do it. There's been 8 others. Most recently, Barkley did it a year ago. The most ever, I believe, is still Eric Dickerson, 2,105 yards.
That is correct.
But the Juice did it back in 1973. I'm not going to make any stupid comments like he slashed his way through the defense or anything stupid
No.
like that.
A great player.
He was phenomenal. He was absolutely phenomenal. 0972 says, "Hi, Rick. Listen to your program regularly. Been meaning to ask you to consider an update to the music that opens and closes the show. To be honest, it's dreadful." He goes on to give me a couple of suggestions of where I should go musically for the intro of the program. Now, I'll say this. I get a lot of feedback on the song. This is the first ever complaint. But I am a listener and I am a follower, not a leader. If you believe that this music should be changed, let me know, and we will take it under advisement. We've had one complaint about a Rosie O'Donnell comment. I went back and forth with Dylan on that. We've considered all our options there, and we're going to stay with it whenever we feel it is necessary. But something such as this, when it comes to the theme music, which I think sends a big jolt of adrenaline to Duval, a lot of energy in the city. If you feel one way about it, let us know. Not saying we're going to completely make the change, but again, we'll consider it. We will. So, have you ever gotten a complaint about it? It's the first one I've ever received.
First one ever.
Yeah. Interesting stuff. All right, tonight's show brought to you by Alexander Law Practice. I went to the Blue Crab House with Rick Alexander and his wife on Saturday night. What a great time that was. Man, those oysters. Tomorrow night, they're $1 at the Blue Crab House. But, this almost happened when I left for work today. I got a big-ass truck, and I was backing out. And some kid in a little motorbike, I don't know what it was, man. This kid probably weighs 50, 60 pounds. He had to be going 20, 25 miles per hour on the sidewalk. I mean, this kid was flying. And, I backed up and I saw him. It's a good thing. But, I mean, I can't imagine just how awful it would have been if I didn't see him. But the point is, accidents happen all around you. A lot of these things you can't control. In most cases, you're not at fault. It's someone else that is careless. And if you have been injured and you're home alone and you don't have anywhere to turn, well, that changes right now. It's Alexander Law Practice. Check him out online. You can also call for a free consultation, 400-6600. And then you start asking questions like, my car is totaled. I can't afford to get it paid. I don't know how I can get to work. I have something wrong with me physically. I need medical attention. You will never come out of pocket. You may have a vehicle for you in a day. You may be on your way to a doctor in a day. It's as simple as that. You need to ask Rick Alexander questions. And he's old school. He gets deeply involved with every single one of the individuals that he does represent. Got a great staff along with him, but he's involved in every case. So go to Alexander Law Practice online, and as well, you can check him out, or you can give him a phone call at 400-6600. Again, always a free call, and you're going to get an immediate call back, and it's also a free consultation. So I hope none of this is happening to you, but if so, I just told you where you can get immediate help. We're getting the early responses. Keep the music, but let us know. Maybe we'll play it to begin hour number 2. Maybe we'll do that. Just, let's bring it up again for those who forget what's going on. Can we make that happen in the 7 o'clock hour? Okay.
Your suggestions, and I come back from break, and we give our rating for it.
Dylan's so rangy. He's like, whether you want to go with your 3 safeties or whether you want to rotate 4 corners, I mean, you can do it. So, I mean, we take this stuff seriously, okay? It's Power Trip. It's Hornet's Nest. I think it works, but let's get your feedback on it. It's coming up in less than 5 minutes.
A great drive takes more than a set of wheels.
Fully loaded, I think is the term.
Randy Marion Cadillac of Jacksonville brings you the drive of the game.
Just one thing. Yeah, don't push any of the buttons on that car.
On 1010XL.
This is Mark Nato. My son Justin injured his hand playing baseball for JU. Southeast Orthopedic Specialists performed surgery just a few days later, and within 5 weeks, he was cleared to play in the ASUN baseball tournament. Our family has trusted Southeast Orthopedic Specialists for years. For any orthopedic injury, let Southeast Orthopedic Specialists take care of you too.
Relieve pain and get back to life. Southeast Orthopedic Specialists.
Jimerson Burr is a full-service, Florida-based commercial law firm that has experience and capabilities to handle any legal issue a business is confronted with. Learn more about what they can do for you at jimersonfirm.com.
This Date in Sports History is brought to you by Southeast Orthopedic Specialists.
December 16th, 1973, O.J. Simpson became the first running back to rush for 2,000 yards.
The 12 Days of Christmas is back and better than ever at Best Bet. From December 12th to the 23rd, Jacksonville, Orange Park, and St. Augustine are lighting up the tables with our much-anticipated High Hands promotion, giving away over $250,000 in cash. The excitement continues to grow each day, starting at $1,200 and climbing up to $2,300 every hour. See all the exciting details at bestbetjacks.com. That's bestbetjacks.com.
The flagship station of the Jacksonville Jaguars. WJXL AM Jacksonville Beach. WJXL FM Jacksonville Beach.
In Northeast Florida, power outages are unavoidable, but losing comfort, security, and peace of mind doesn't have to be. With a Generac home standby generator from American Electrical Contractors, your power comes back on automatically the moment an outage begins. As Jacksonville's leading and one of the longest-running Generac dealers, American Electrical Contracting has the experience you deserve. Be prepared. Protect your home and family. Protect your business. Generac standby generators from American Electrical Contractors. Call 737-7770 or online at american-electrical.com.
Prosser here for Lifetime Enclosures and Lifetime Flooring. If you've been wanting to upgrade your outdoor living space and just haven't pulled the trigger, you should call the experts at Lifetime Enclosures right now. From glass lanais to screened-in enclosures, Lifetime Enclosures and Flooring is the best in the business. Spring will be here before we know it. So give them a call today and upgrade that area that needs it the most. Lifetime Enclosures and Lifetime Flooring. Showroom just off Phillips Highway. Tell them Prosser sent you.
Save some money this holiday season and buy pre-owned. That's right, pre-owned. Pre-owned guns, guitars, surfboards, tools, and especially jewelry. Buy big, save bigger at Beach's Jewelry and Pawn in Jacksonville Beach.
Hey, folks, it's Frank Frangie. Now, I've been telling you about my daughter, Amber, and she's been telling you how much weight she's dropped with Awaken 180. It's hard to believe. Even in football season, even when she hangs out with her friends, and even when she tailgates and does all that stuff, she's still losing weight. You can even drink alcohol. Can you believe that? Well, Awaken 180 shows you how to swap calories, not flavor. You have to be disciplined, but they make it easy. Amber and I talk about this all the time. She can't believe how easy it is, and she's so excited about it. But what I will tell you is it's really working. I see how excited she is. I see the look on her face. I see how her self-esteem has changed and her confidence. It's one of the greatest things that's ever happened with my daughter, and it means that much to me. Now, Awaken 180 programs are reimbursable with your HSA or FSA, and those HSA dollars expire December 31st. Don't leave money on the table. Call Awaken 180 today and kickstart your transformation before the new year. Call 844-346-1800. That's 844-346-1800, or go to awaken180weightloss.com.
1010XL, presented by Farah and Farah, exclusive injury law firm of the Jacksonville Jaguars. When it's game time, Farah doesn't flinch.
All right, we've been called out. We're taking a in-show poll. Is this it for Power Trip? Is this it for Hornets Nest? I think it's a staple of Into the Night. I think this song defines leaving everything else behind. Personally, professionally, politically. And you deal with sports only. And a little bit of rock and roll. And a little bit of true crime. And a little bit of just everyday goings on. Right? Like or dislike, let us know. 641-1010 text line brought to you by Lifetime Enclosures. Also, the crazies on YouTube tonight. I don't think there's a sober one watching. Embrace the chaos made from scraps of the dirt, feeling temptation for devastation. Try, but you can't resist. You know who we are. You think we're scared to bleed. Strength in numbers. We pull you under because you just can't resist. Rip the knob off it. Oh, yeah.
I can just feel being in the mosh pit right now listening to this song.
Oh, you kidding me? But we were called out. I was called out. 0972. It said in a very polite way. It says he listens to the program regularly, been meaning to ask. Wants an update. Listen to this guy rip, man. He's shredding. He goes on to say that, to be honest, it's dreadful. Which is such a great word.
That's another word. In other words, he can't stand it.
Yeah. I mean, this great. I mean, what you've got the heavy metal thump to it. You've got solid bass. You've got lead guitar. You've got incredibly fast drums. I mean, this is everything that you would want. I miss the heck's it called? It's coming up. We're doing a promotion with it. It's in Daytona now.
Rockville. Welcome to Rockville.
I miss Rockville here. Did you ever go?
Mm-mm.
Oh.
No. It used
was-
to be here?
Oh, my God, yeah. Downtown. Absolutely. For years. And, you would have like three, maybe four stages up at once, and depending on the size of the band, and it went for 3 days. But I used to love going down there, and it was one of the greatest people watching experiences that you would ever get on a yearly basis. I mean, leather, stuff, pins and whatever they're called, stuck into body parts, and girls would shave head. I mean, I can't even explain what it was like. Words would do it a disservice. For a guy like me, an average white guy who doesn't even have a tattoo, I'm the one who stuck out. Okay? I was the only one there who didn't do a little something different. So I changed it in my final year, and I went out there and I just wore leather assless chaps, and that was it. Just walked around Rockville, had myself a hell of a good time. All right, let's get right to it. Let's have a long time. Oh, love this song. Can't wait to hear it every day. 7776. 3742. Keep the intro music, by the way. I'm not telling other hosts what to do. 668, like it. 0300, don't change a GD thing. 0070, screw all those people. 0427, keep the tunes as they are. 3326, keep Power Trip. 0642, intro music is fine. In the under the wicked smart play of the... Let me see what that says. It's the under the wicked smart play during the Jaguars-Broncos game. Okay, interesting. 097, Rick, F that guy.
That's my favorite one.
Tell him to go listen to Cole Pepper, he says. You can't take a shot at my boy, Cole Pepper. 4644, I like the intro music so much I Googled it and found out it was Hornet's Nest. 3756, Rick, if anything, the theme music could be heavier. Don't change. 5602, I love the intro music. It wakes me up after listening. Yada, yada, yada. They just keep coming in. The assless chaps, Rick, it was a joke. 2601. I know I'm the truth teller. I know I cannot tell a lie, but every once in a while, I just want to make sure you people are really listening. Sometimes I feel like a substitute teacher and that you folks aren't on. So I'm just going to try to keep you awake every once in a while. Let's take a look over here before we get back to some serious stuff. Too much info. Yeah, okay. People are having a problem with the chaps comment. But, all right. It's all stay with it, huh?
The point is proven. I think that this is like the Shaq not being unanimous MVP. You had one person that didn't vote for it. Everybody else is like, we love it.
Here's one. It says, where the heck did it go? Whatever happened to Tuesday night stroll? Give the people what they want. You mean the Phillips Highway stroll? Well, yeah, I don't do that anymore, but that's because they've cleaned up Phillips Highway. The town leaders, our sheriff, TK Water, they went down to Phillips and they said, listen, here's the deal. We're going to clean it up. And it is clean. It's much better than it once was. There's no question about it. So that is good news for everyone involved right here in our city. All right, I was just handed this, and it's basically ruined my night. Okay, and, I'm so happy until I got this. Florida State opponents for the 2026 college football season. Away at BC. Now, they'll lose that. They haven't won on the road in 2 years. Away, Louisville. Well, they'll lose that. Louisville's a better program. They haven't won a game in 2 years. At Miami, they'll lose that. The Canes are a better program. Florida State hasn't won on the road in 2 years. Pitt, it'll be cold. It'll be chilly. And it's an NFL set. They won't win there. So there's 0-4 for Florida State, who can't win a roadie. At home, Clemson. No chance there. Clemson's a better program. NC State, they'll find a way. They're gritty. They're gutty. You know, they don't make a lot of self-inflicted wounds or create self-inflicted wounds. NC State with a win. SMU, I mean, those boys for Dallas, they'll still be overlooked, right? All they do is win football games. They'll come on in to God's country, get a W. And Virginia, you know, they're licking their wounds after losing in the Atlantic Coast Championship game to Duke. I see them coming in to Tallahassee and winning as well. So the 3 or the 4 non-conference games we know will be announced. Obviously, Florida is one of those games. I'm told they canceled their home and home with Notre Dame, which is good news. And then we'll see who the other 2 opponents, in fact, are. But I see Florida State right here. Let's see. 1, 2, 3. I see them going 0-8.
Well, how about the optimism for the offseason? How ridiculous is it that they're playing, some teams are playing 8 conference games and the others are 9? Like, that makes no sense. Like, hey, you select teams, you're playing 8, but everybody else, yeah, you got to play an extra 1.
Is that really the case?
Yeah. There's Boston College, Clemson, Florida State, Georgia Tech, North Carolina are the only teams playing 8, and everybody else in the conference is playing 9 ACC games.
Well, they have terrible leadership. I mean, Jim Phillips is just awful at his job. I mean, he's so not connected. That's a much more serious situation. I'm not going to bring that up. But, and I hate to do that to you. That's unprofessional by me. But we just see in certain aspects of life right now where leadership is so bad and what it does to everything. And that begins in the Atlantic Coast Conference with Jim Phillips. You want to see good leadership? Look at the hometown team here. It took a while for Shad Khan, didn't it? But he's got the right pieces in place, and it matters. Don't ever kid yourself. I remember battling with the late David Lamb, who had such a phenomenal and brilliant sports mind that he thought managing baseball was incredibly overrated. And I could not disagree with him more, especially when you used to have to, you know, really go through the double switch in the National League. Even though I was grown up, you know, with an American League baseball in Boston, I think managing baseball is perhaps harder than any other sport, okay? If you really look at knowing when to push buttons, okay? When to pinch hit, when to move along runners, when to sacrifice an at-bat to put someone in scoring position, when to steal a base. I mean, look at Dave Roberts and that comeback in 2004 for the Boston Red Sox, down to their final out, and they sent him, and the whole world knew it. And Posada to Jeter, you missed that tag by 6 inches. You provided the tag, but the fingertips got in. There's a lot of other managers who would have said, there's no way we're going to run him. Okay? I mean, and then, of course, how you handle pitching and how you go to the bullpen. But anyway, that's baseball, okay? Here it's football. You see. We just talked to Mark Duffner about Anthony Campanile. Look at what he's done to this defense. The only question mark I have right now is, would they be better served by moving around those defensive linemen a little bit? Josh Hines-Allen really broke out with Walker on the bench, with Walker, you know, injured. And Hines-Allen went from the right side to the left side, did a lot of really good things. Now he's back exclusively at the right side, and it's Walker on the left side. They know so much more than I do. I'm sure these conversations come up all the time. They know what works and what doesn't work. Okay? We have seen with our own eyes that Walker Little can play left tackle, but he cannot play right tackle. You don't hear a lot of conversations about being exclusively a left defensive end or a right defensive end. And the best we've ever seen makes players next to them that much better. You know why Bryce Paup got a huge contract here in Jacksonville? decades ago? Well, I'll tell you why. He played on the opposite side of Reggie White in Green Bay, and he played on the opposite side of Bruce Smith in Buffalo. And that was a colossal mistake, a totally different defense that was run at that point. I think it was Dom Capers' defense. I don't remember. It might have been Dick Geron. I don't remember, and I apologize for that. But, you know, it's something to take a look at. It really is. And am I nitpicking here? Maybe. Perhaps. But I would love to see them try for a number of reasons. Number one, you had to prepare for it. And number two, it may come with more success. Maybe they think that, and this isn't on Hines Allen. He's proven it. And maybe this is a knock against Trayvon Walker. I'm not sure. All right. We got much more to do. Let's begin to bring in your questions. Again, we're getting just hundreds in on the song. We're keeping the song. I threw it out there. It says, don't forget FSU going to Alabama. That's right, opening night at Alabama.
What's the spread for that game? Over, under 17.5.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. 2847 says, all chaps are assless. If you're going to the game in Denver, let me tell you something right now. Those Denver Bronco cheerleaders, they go with the chaps.
Really?
I'm so focused on my job, even my 8 years as a sideline reporter, never really spent a lot of time looking at cheerleaders because I was totally, absolutely invested in the gig. But it did cross my path at least 75 times a game when I was there, that was their getup in Dallas. They do it in Dallas and they do it in Denver. I don't know if the Raiderettes did it. Oh, God, they go to, that's right. That's right. They go to Alabama. I don't know how I forgot that. Man, they would have had Alabama, Notre Dame, and Florida. That's 3 non-conference games.
Shoo.
That Notre Dame game has been canceled. No question about it. All right, much more to do with you tonight till 8.
Post-game Monday is like digesting a huge day of football.
Let's do this.
Expert analysis of Sunday's game all day.
It's not great. It's fantastic.
Sink your teeth into Dandy Foods Post-game Monday.
So delicious.
On 1010XL.
Frank Frangie here. Nimnick Buick GMC wishes you and your family a very Merry Christmas and Happy New Year. And for the holidays, Nimnick Buick GMC has prices that are better than ever. If you're looking for a dealership that actually makes car buying easy? Well, at Nimnick, you'll find unbeatable holiday savings, huge selection of Buicks and GMCs, plus flexible financing that fits your budget. Whether you're looking for a new SUV, work-ready truck, or certified pre-owned, they've got you covered. So don't wait. Start shopping at NimnickBuickGMC.com or visit the showroom off Phillips Highway today. GMC, we are professional grade.
When you're faced with damage in your home from water, fire, or mold, you need a team with the expertise to fix it right.
Rest-A-Pros!
A locally owned, nationally backed franchise that's here to help you when you need them. A team that does it right the first time.
Rest-A-Pros!
Remember, you don't have to use the insurance company's preferred contractors. Get it done right by a licensed professional you can trust. Call 904-201-9151 or go to RestaProsAnyFlorida.com. That's RestaProsAnyFlorida.com.
Rest-A-Pros!
Wrap up your holiday list with a little help from 1010XL's Holiday Gift Guide. Find unique gift items from Jacksonville Flower Market, Hello Smooth Med Spa, and Green Acres Sporting Goods. Start shopping and saving at 1010XL.com.
Like many football fans in Jacksonville, I love defense. Hi, I'm attorney Lee Lockett, and I'm here to tell you that defense in the courtroom is important as well. That's because penalties for DUI are much more serious than penalties on the gridiron. If you or someone you know is facing a DUI, call us for a free case analysis now. Know before you blow 858-9818. Put my more than 20 years of experience to work for you. Office is Jacksonville, serving all surrounding counties. Call 858-9818 or go to knowbeforeyoublow.com.
Time's running out. The $2,000 federal tax credit on AC replacement expires December 31st. Bold City AC will help you upgrade to a qualifying energy-efficient system and give you a $1,000 cash buyback for your old unit. If your AC is old, loud, barely hanging on, replace it this month to lock in a $2,000 tax credit and an additional $1,000 buyback. Bold City Heating and Air. Free estimates, next day installs. Visit BoldCityAC.com.
Bring your marketing to the next level with 3D Digital, your local video production and digital marketing agency that specializes in ensuring your brand story is seen, heard, and remembered. Our award-winning team creates professional content that will be launched across multiple platforms to precisely target your audience. Call us at 904-712-4004 or visit 3ddigital.com to define, design, and deliver exceptional results for your business.
The best financial move you can make this time of year? How about lowering your mortgage rate to 4.99% fixed APR, the lowest rate in years? How about getting up to $500,000 out of your home equity in the process? You can do it now by calling Loan Pronto. Hey, it's Prosser here, and with Loan Pronto's Rapid Equity Loan, you can get a ton of cash, pay off all those high-interest credit cards, and skip up to 2 house payments. One homeowner just got $300,000 approved in under 24 hours. Wiped out their credit cards and 2 car loans, saved $2,100 a month. So don't wait. No hard credit pull up front, and you probably won't even need an appraisal. Just fast, easy cash from your home's equity. Act now. Call 904-999-1508 or go to loanpronto.com. Start the new year by wiping out your high-interest debt. 904-999-1508. And you can see how much cash you can get today. That's loanpronto.com. Equal housing lender, NMLS 1661781, APR for well-qualified buyers. Visit NMLSconsumeraccess.org.
The number 19 Virginia Cavaliers meet the Missouri Tigers in Jacksonville at the 81st TaxSlayer Gator Bowl game, Saturday, December 27th in prime time. Start your game day with the TaxSlayer Tailgate Party, followed by the official pregame show featuring the Navy Band Southeast. Kickoff at 7:30 on Bill Gay grounds at Everbank Stadium. Don't miss college football pageantry on display at the TaxSlayer Gator Bowl. Game tickets and hospitality packages on sale at TaxSlayerGatorBowl.com.
1010XL, presented by Farah and Farah, exclusive injury law firm of the Jacksonville Jaguars. Focused, fueled, fearless, Farah. Into the Night with Rick Ballou on 1010XL 92.5 FM.
This song just makes you want to get in some trouble. All right, let's take a look at this before we get to your questions. Miami eliminated last night, as you know. So, basically this is the way it is. If you are a Jaguars fan, and 99% of you out there listening right now are a Jaguars fan, you're leading the AFC South. You have an opportunity, realistically, at a number 2 seed. What I think becomes interesting is who are you pulling for the rest of the way here, New England or Buffalo? Because if the playoffs were this weekend, Jacksonville as a 3 seed would get a home date here at the bank against number 6, Buffalo. All right, so New England is 11-3. They have a 1-game lead over Buffalo. New England goes to Baltimore Sunday night, which is going to be a tough putt. They go to New York the week after to play the Jets, which is going to be anything but. And then they have Miami. The Miami game, if that was down south, that would be a warning. They're out of the playoffs now. That game is in Foxborough. I think just looking at this with a naked eye, probably 2-1 for the Patriots, possibly 3-0. You look at Buffalo, they go to Cleveland this weekend, and Shedeur Sanders did not have a good weekend. Cleveland out of it. They were out of it in like week 3. And, you believe Buffalo would be able to win that game. But Buffalo's 4-3 away. They did win in New England last week, down 21-0. That's impressive. We've watched Buffalo really play some bad football on the road this year, including a game that I specifically remember at Atlanta. After that, Buffalo gets Philadelphia at home and the New York Jets at home. Denver, the number 1 seed, Jacksonville, as you all know. Kansas City on the road, which is a totally different football team with the loss of Patrick Mahomes. Then it's LAC, the Los Angeles Chargers, to wrap it up. What I believe is that your biggest concern, without any question, should be Houston. And they're 1 game behind you right now with a record of 9-5. They have Vegas at home this weekend. Okay, that should be an easy win for them to get to 10-5. Jags win. They still up by a game. They let one get away. Then you're looking at a couple of 10-5 teams with 2 football games to go. Houston then goes to Los Angeles to take on the Chargers, which is going to be a very important game and a tough game on the road. Then they, again, have Indianapolis. So, you look at Houston, they're taking on a team that's dead in Vegas, a playoff team against Los Angeles, and, Indy that's apparently going to go back to Anthony Richardson this weekend as the quarterback after everything that we just saw with Phillip Rivers. Okay, just want to give you that. The latest as far as winning the Super Bowl, Jacksonville's plus 1,700. If you don't know what that means, you lay $100 down right now. You get $1,700 back, plus your $100 if they were to win the Super Bowl. But they're 5th in the AFC. Okay, the overall odds. Number 1 is the Rams at plus 310. Number 2 is Seattle at plus 650. Number 3 is Denver and Buffalo at plus 800. Philadelphia and Houston are plus 1,100. The handicappers believe Houston has a better chance of winning the Super Bowl than your Jaguars. And then it's Green Bay and New England at plus 1,500. And again, the aforementioned Jaguars at plus 1,700. So that is the very latest as far as some of the numbers that have been thrown out there. All right, let's get to it. Boy, it's tough now with so many of these coming in on keeping the song, our theme music. 1712 says, well, I could care less about the Jaguars' respect. Just worry about winning out, and the Texans are on our backside. Yeah, I mean, my comments may be not what I intend them to be, because I always tell you not to listen to the national media when it comes to the Jacksonville Jaguars. I just can't believe a guy in the national media won't watch this team play because he's upset with the fan base. That just blows me away. You haven't commented on this yet, I don't believe.
No,
so I forgot about it.
It's a typical former player that just doesn't care about mostly what's been an irrelevant franchise for most of his playing days. I think that's basically what it is.
But it feels like he's hurt. I don't know the specifics. Now, I was on the sideline when the player went into the stands.
Yep.
And all of that happened. But and some people were telling me about when Jacksonville beat him, that he hasn't gotten over that. You would think he wouldn't get over his coach, Darrell Bevell, not running Marshawn Lynch and trying to pass the football and basically handing the New England Patriots a Super Bowl on the 1.5-yard line when Malcolm Butler picked it off. But you haven't heard him say he can't stand the New England Patriot fans, so he's not going to, watch the New England Patriots play.
Yeah, he's they're still not over that play in that game. It's still a lot for them to get over, but yeah, you never see anything about him and the Patriots or any other team in the league.
I just didn't expect it from him. I know he's gone AWOL every once in a while, and he gets involved with it, as far as his words and Twitter and this and that. But, I mean, you're Richard Sherman. You're a former Pro Bowler. You're on your way to the Hall of Fame. You're making millions of dollars by giving your opinion on the NFL. You can't come out and say that you don't watch a team play because of their fan base. It's just nuts to me. 0237 Blue Gardner Minshew is going to make everybody in Kansas City forget about Patrick Mahomes. That is pretty good.
Did you see when he came in? What he did in his final 2 minutes? He came in, 2-minute drill. They're down, I think it's 3. And he goes in. They take a delay game. He's like trying to figure out the play, and then like a couple plays later throws a pick. It's like, oh boy, that's not good.
Always looked like Gardner Minshew. I mean, he was certainly the flavor of the, about a half a season. Did some good things, but he wasn't the most talented guy ever. But, I mean, he's put together a nice career. And, you know, I mean, this is where it becomes a problem for these backup quarterbacks is the best job in sports, period, is a backup quarterback, especially one who doesn't have to play. The big problem is when you are asked to play, if you stink up the joint, that's when you lose your gig. And I'm looking at Gardner Minshew now. I mean, when he went to what? Let's see. Jacksonville, Philadelphia, Indy, Vegas, and Kansas City. So the second, third, fourth. This is his fifth team since 2019. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. His seventh year, fifth team. And that's fine. I mean, look at some of these backup quarterbacks around the NFL. I mean, your pension's going to kick in. You're not getting beaten up. You're going to be able to be healthier than certainly starting quarterbacks, and you're being paid very comfortably. Even if you're making the league minimum as a quarterback, 7 years in the league is a nice paycheck. And I know he's making more than that as a backup, but we'll see. He's now going to be thrown, certainly he's going to be under the microscope here, and that's why you see veteran backup quarterbacks get replaced by younger, cheaper guys. So much of that does happen when they're asked to go out there and perform. And if they can't, that could spell the end of it. All right, much more to do with you tonight till 8 o'clock. Again, let's grab more of your comments on the Jaguars. Best way to reach us is 641-1010. That is brought to you by Lifetime Enclosures on our text line.
He was the best back in Jacksonville.
It has to be Fred Taylor.
Fred Taylor joins Dan and Jeff on The Drill Monday mornings at 8:30.
A tough guy.
Monday morning running back with Fred Taylor is fueled by Epstein and Robbins and Monahan Jewelers.
Mike Dempsey here for Big Number 1 Duval Ford. Did you know that Duval Ford offers a mobile service that comes to you at home or at work? Get oil changes, filters, battery replacement, recalls, and more with no extra fees. Same dealership quality delivered. Easy online scheduling with live technician tracking. Also available for fleets and commercial. On-site service at your convenience. Contactless payments and paperless invoicing. Serving Jacksonville and surrounding areas, Duval Ford. Schedule your next service at duvalford.com.
Hey, it's Travis from Cannons of Jacks. When you need a trailer hitch, gooseneck, or RV towing options, call us at Cannons. We've been doing it for 55 years, and customer service is our #1 priority. Visit cannonsofjacks.com.
Hey, this is Lauren Brooks. With over 1,800 five-star Google reviews, it was a no-brainer to have Closets by Design get us organized for the holidays. From closets to garages to laundry rooms and so much more, Closets by Design will design a custom storage solution for all of your spaces. Nothing says happy holidays like a home that is peaceful and clutter-free. Call today to schedule your free in-home consultation before year-end and get 40% off plus an extra 15% off with free installation. Call 878-9393 or visit closetsbydesign.com.
Advanced window tinting for your home, business, or vehicle using 3M Sun Control window film lowers cost, heat, glare, privacy, and security. 10% off if you mention this. Holiday gift cards available. Advanced window tinting, 262-9919.
If Santa had a pit crew, it'd look a lot like Valvoline Instant Oil Change. Fast, friendly, and they get the job done in 15 minutes while you stay in your car. No appointment needed. Just pull up and let their technicians handle the rest. With convenient locations, a 4.7-star national rating, and ranked #1 Quick Lube by Forbes, Valvoline delivers service even Santa would trust. Valvoline Instant Oil Change, helping Jacksonville reduce the stress of holiday travel.
Awaken 180 weight loss. Awaken 180 weight loss. Hacker here for the best weight loss program that I've ever been on. You know, I hear some of my friends telling me about this medication they're on, or that medication they're on, or this shot they're taking. And I stop them and say, well, wait a minute. I lost over 100 pounds doing it the all-natural way with Awaken 180 weight loss. There was no medications. There was no shot once a week. There was the coaching I received from Awaken 180. There's the plan they put me on, and you see the results. Over 100 pounds of weight loss in less than a calendar year. The coaching I got was phenomenal. Not only did it help me lose the weight,
it's helping me keep the weight off now that I'm in the maintenance program. Awaken 180 is the best weight loss program I've ever been on, and I tried them all. Go to awaken180weightloss.com, awaken180weightloss.com, or call 844-346-1800.
Look around and we know you've got options for gasoline, but those other places, they're not in the business of more. At Shell, that's what you get every day. Members get more rewards, more savings, more special offers. You'll even get 10 cents per gallon off of your first fill when you sign up, and save on every fill after that. Choose to get more and more with every drive. Join the Shell Fuel Rewards program today at fuelrewards.com. Offer valid at participating Shell locations. Offer must be redeemed within 60 days of registration. Limit 20 gallons. Restrictions apply. Visit fuelrewards.com for more information.
It's the Jaguars' final home game of the 2025 regular season, and you don't want to miss it. Join us for our fan appreciation game as the Jaguars face off against the Tennessee Titans in a can't-miss division matchup. It's your chance to cheer on the team as they take the field in their Prowler throwbacks for one last time this season. Secure your seats now and be a part of the action. Go to jaguars.com/tickets or call 904-633-2000.
1010XL, presented by Farah and Farah, exclusive injury law firm of the Jacksonville Jaguars. Still present, ready. Farah doesn't flinch.
Now the cool down with Donovan Air, Electric and Plumbing, keeping Jack's cool since '87.
Jaguars off today, back at it tomorrow. It's Denver week. You're talking about the top two overall rushing defenses in the NFL. So yards on the ground will come at a premium. It's going to come down to moving the ball in the air. Bo Nix, Trevor Lawrence, the Jaguars as of late have been simply outstanding offensively, including averaging 25.7 points a game in the first half in their last three matchups. Also, in their last three matchups, putting up 11.7 points in the first quarter, which is unheard of in these parts. So that is certainly very cool for Jaguars fans. Okay, a couple of transactions today. If you did not hear, for Jacksonville, they do bring in, they bring over, let's see here, DJ Dallas, the former University of Miami back. He had been on the practice squad with Carolina, okay, played in 3 regular season games. If you went back to the practice squad, I haven't seen a definition fully on this, but I'm under the impression that he was. That means he has to be on the active roster for at least 3 weeks. I've had a couple of people ask about Jaquindon Jackson, and my guess would be not yet not yet because of this move. I don't know that. We'll get a better understanding tomorrow when we do hear from Liam Cohen. Jack Kaiser placed on the IR. Okay, he's gone for the remainder of the year. And Jalen McLeod out of Auburn, kind of a tweener. Guy off the edge, a guy who can maybe be an outside linebacker. He has begun his 21-day practice period. Okay, so you got 3 weeks to decide whether or not to bring him up and put him on the active roster. You realize that this year, when the playoffs get underway in January, it's going to be the first time in 27 years that either Tom Brady, Peyton Manning, or Patrick Mahomes were not in the playoffs. 27 straight years.
So basically my entire lifetime, because I'm 27 years old. Yeah, I saw that same tweet. That's pretty remarkable.
The last time that happened was 1998.
The year I was born.
Mark Brunell and the Jaguars was one of the quarterbacks. I remember going to the ball game where they unfortunately lost out at the old Meadowlands in New Jersey. But your quarterbacks in 98, Elway with the Broncos, Favre with the Packers, Young with the 49ers, Dan Marino with the Dolphins. There's 4 Hall of Famers right there. Bledsoe with the Patriots, Randall Cunningham, the Vikings, Elvis Gerbach, the Chiefs, Cordell Stewart, the Steelers, Burnell, the Jags, Trent Dilfer, the Bucks, Danny Cannell, the Giants, and Scott Mitchell, the Lions. Remember when Scott Mitchell got all that crap for dressing up as Wayne Fonts for Halloween? put like the pillows under his stomach, and I don't remember what else he did, but I know he got a ton of criticism for that. 0976 Blue Woody Page write another Jaguars article for the Sunday's Denver. I even read Woody Page. Is he even still with the Denver Post? I don't really know. You know, for the most part, I like everyone in the media. I do. Every once in a while, there's a situation, but Woody's just an odd guy. I was here for that whole Jaspers thing. I was a presenter when they brought him back, and he was like the star attraction. He's kind of a, I think he's just still mad at me because I signed his football, which is a true story. It's right there next to Jim Brown and Dick Butkus and Joe Namath and Bubba Smith and all these others. But he probably to this day doesn't know who the heck it is. But that happened on Radio Row at the Super Bowl. Speaking of which, you see all the feedback, all the people now that are attacking Diego Pavia about what he did, saying F the Heisman voters, and I'm a longtime Heisman voter. I thought it was hilarious. I have no problem with players getting back after members of the media. There are so many in my profession who are so soft. Seriously. I mean, it's one thing to criticize, but if you can't handle it, then you need to move on. I mean, I typically talk about my criticism. Heck, I even brought up, this is the only time I've ever heard that someone did not like our intro music. I brought that up. But so many people are really taken back by this and bothered that, these particular comments were made. I love it. I love the fact that this guy has this. And, he's kind of coming in like a Johnny Manziel. He's listed as 6 foot.
6 foot 207 is what Google said.
I forget who it was. It might have been Ryan Roberts, or someone says that he has been told that he's 5'9" 3/4.
Yeah, I can believe that. He looks very short. Not Kyler Murray short, but definitely under 6 feet.
All right, so you have Kyler Murray, you have Doug Flutie. I mean, who else did you have?
Baker Mayfield.
Yeah, but Baker's 6.
Yeah, I'm thinking about the shorter guys in the league right now.
Mm-hmm.
Is Minshew? What's he?
No, Gardner Minshew's got to be at least 6'1". Let me see what he's listed here as. Gardner.
Russell Wilson, Bryce Young.
Minshew 6'1", 225.
Okay.
So, but he's going to have trouble seeing over the line of scrimmage. I mean, that is a factor. We saw it. It didn't affect him this year at Vanderbilt, but it affected Tommy Castellanos at Florida State. Okay, it is another shorter quarterback. You just don't see a lot of them in the league. And a lot of them that you do see in high school or college are forced to go to another position if they want to play on Sunday. But I love the fact that he moves the needle, and he's going to be very intriguing, and he's going to come in a little bit as that type of villain. He's got a Raider written all over him. I mean, if there's any guy recently who has come out of college who he should be playing for the Raiders, it's him.
Yeah, and I think that I don't know if he lasts in the league for that long, or even if he makes the league. But I think he's doing a lot of this to do something in the media. I don't know if it's for TV or something with, YouTube or a podcast like the Kelsey brothers are doing. I think he's going to go more of that route.
Mm-hmm.
That's why you're seeing a lot of the things that he's doing.
Mm-hmm. All this stuff coming on the side. Just play the Florida Gators fight song from Mr. Know-It-All. Moondark, Sid wants me to play anything from the Lizard King. I can do anything. You know what the Lizard King is?
Negative.
That would be Jim Morrison. One of Florida State's proud and happy before he transferred to UCLA. And you can Google Jim Morrison. The first time he was arrested was for making fun of Florida State football players during the game. Apparently, he was arrested then, so I always thought that was pretty cool. Woody Page is a columnist for the Gazette.
Happened in 1963
with Jim Morrison.
Yeah,
I think
that's what AI is telling me.
I mean, the Doors made what? 4 albums, 5 albums, and it was all in the late 60s. I mean, Jim Morrison died in what, 1971, I think?
Yeah. It says he was arrested for drunken, disruptive behavior at a campus event.
Yeah, I'm told it was a football game, and he was making fun of the Florida State football players, which is a good idea for current members or current co-eds. I mean, go there and have some fun. Why not? Yada, yada. Ballou, check out Laughing Man, Devil Mask, Black Sabbath, Henry Rollins. I'm a big Henry Rollins guy, but, man, he's bitter. What was he with? Black, whatever that heavy metal band was. I've seen all that on Henry Rollins. He, hates you, too. He, hates everyone that is popular. But what are you going to do, you know? All right, tomorrow night, it's going to be interesting because locker room access, this football team has done such a great job this year of being able to move on. And that comes after disappointing losses and also really promising victories. This is not a team that reads positive press clippings, right? And they've proven that on a week-to-week basis. But this football game is nothing short of being enormous on Sunday. And, it's more than just keeping a one-game lead over Houston because, much like you, I am absolutely under the assumption that all Houston has to do is show up and they are going to beat the Raiders. But it's about knocking off a real quality opponent with the number 2 ranked defense in the NFL. Number 2 as far as their rushing defense. They're actually number 3 overall on scoring defense. They're allowing 18.6 points a game. Jacksonville allows 20.9 a game. Jacksonville's 10th. Okay, Jacksonville has a better offense. Jacksonville's 8th in the NFL. Denver's 12th in the NFL. The Jags are almost at 27 points, 26.9. You score 26.9 points a game, you should win almost every week in the NFL. Almost. Denver scoring 24.4. Again, it's a very good football team. And had a few people now that have told me, play the under, right? Total's 45 and a hook. A bunch of 2.5s out there. I see some 3s that are out there. You haven't had an opportunity, we got to hit to the break here, to respond, though, to my lock of the year that I gave out over the summer. 21.5, play the over, touchdown passes by Trevor Lawrence.
You're not like those media slappies that's, just say things and don't back it up. You put your money where your mouth is.
Mm-hmm. So, there you go.
Easy money.
There you go. But I don't bet, as far as you know. All right, much more to do. Hacker Nation joins you at 8.
At Hollis Pools, building a pool is personal. We sit down with you, listen to your vision, and bring your backyard dreams to life right here in Northeast Florida. Working with us doesn't feel like working with a contractor. It feels like working with family. Every Hollis Pools project supports Project Savior Outdoors, helping bring hope to our veterans. Visit hollispools.com. Hollis Pools, your vision, your pool, your escape. License number CPC 1461233.
Go see for Hard Rock Bet, where there's always something happening and so many ways to bet it. Who's going to score a touchdown? First and second half lines and totals. Where's the best play on an underdog? Follow the money on the Hard Rock Bet app. Great pro picks, and now we're down to Championship Saturday before the playoffs in college. Don't miss out. Download the Hard Rock Bet app. Offered by the Seminole Tribe of Florida. Must be 21 plus and physically present in Florida to wager. Terms and conditions apply. Concerned about gambling? Call 1-888-ADMIT-IT.
Ready for huge holiday savings? It's the Expert Automotive Giving Garage. This Christmas, they're driven to give back. Bring in any new wrap toy donation and get $50 off any service. That's $50 off repairs, diagnostics, or maintenance just for helping a child. Plus, they're giving you 50% off your oil change. $50 off any service with a toy and 50% off oil changes. The Giving Garage at Expert Automotive. They never sell greed, only what you need.
Hey, I'm Tony from Tony D's Pizza. People ask me all day long, is it the water that makes the difference? Well, yes and no. Even water can't make a good pizza. It's the ingredients, too. The best tomatoes, the best flour, and the best cheese. Oh, and a lot of love. Tony D's New York Pizza, Bay Meadows and 295.
Save some money this holiday season and buy pre-owned. That's right, pre-owned. Pre-owned guns, guitars, surfboards, tools, and especially jewelry. Buy big, save bigger at Beach's Jewelry and Pawn in Jacksonville Beach.
Checkmate. I'm Brendan Cecilia, founder of Checkmate Coatings.
And I'm Chester, adorable mascot for Checkmate Coatings.
If you're thinking of refinishing your garage floor, there's 2 things you need to know about us. My family has been in the concrete coatings industry for more than 40 years.
And I was drawn 6 months ago by an artist in New Jersey.
Why is that even relevant?
Well, you said 40 years experience, so I had to give them something.
Over the years, we've worked closely with major manufacturers to develop a multi-layer application process that creates beautiful, durable, and long-lasting floors.
So even decades from now, your garage floor will look as gorgeous as it did the day it was installed.
Experience?
Check. Durable?
Check. Decades of experience making garage floors gorgeous? Checkmate.
Transforming your floors, making them great. Checkmate.
Visit checkmatecoatings.com. That's checkmatecoatings.com.
This bowl season, upgrade your game plan with a visit to Burlock and Barrel, Duval's first distillery dedicated solely to whiskey, right in the Brooklyn Riverside neighborhood. Stop in, see how they turn local grains into small batch whiskey, earning awards at every competition. Book a tour, settle in for a tasting, or escape the scoreboard for a bit at their full whiskey bar. Whether your team's winning or character building, at least your whiskey can be solid at Burlock and Barrel in Riverside or burlockandbarrel.com.
Give a unique gift this holiday season with a custom-made candle or body care product from Wick, a candle bar. Make your own product in the store with over 90 fragrances at Wick, a candle bar. Locations in San Marco and Jacks Beach.
1010XL, presented by Farah and Farah, exclusive injury law firm of the Jacksonville Jaguars. When it's game time, Farah doesn't flinch. Now, the 2-minute drill is driven by nobody but Nimnik. Nimnik Chevrolet on Cassett Avenue and Nimnik Buick GMC on Phillips Highway.
All right, the Dolphins get knocked out last week, so basically you're just fighting for first place in the AFC South, and you got really 3 teams fighting for 2 spots as far as the wild card when it's all said and done, and I think LA absolutely is going to take one of those. So things are winding down here, but still movement. Again, Jacksonville has a chance to win the AFC South. They also have a chance to get the number 2 seed.
Yeah, I mean, right now they could literally be anywhere from 1, 2, 3. I don't think they're going to be 4. They could be 1, 2, 3, 5, 6, or 7. And I guess most teams in the AFC have decided, Rick, they're just not going to lose anymore. You look at the Chargers, the Bills, the Texans, the Jaguars, all keep winning. The only team that did lose is the Pats because they played the Bills. The Broncos have won 11 in a row. So it is crazy how much the AFC hierarchy has separated itself this year.
You look at these numbers, they're scary. Plus 84, the difference in wins and losses for Jacksonville. Plus 81 is Denver. They're the 2 most penalized teams in the NFL. Their third down defenses are similar. They are 1 and 2 in rushing defense. I mean, these team numbers at this point in the year to be this close is really unusual. Not to mention, Denver's the only team in the NFL who hasn't lost at home.
Yeah, no, they're 7-0 at home, and they've played some good teams at home and beat some good teams at home. I mean, to me, this is simple. You got to run the football there. With that pass rush, with Allen and Benito in particular, Benito is the best pass rusher that nobody ever talks about, and Zach Allen's also a really good football player. You can't get into 3rd and long and have them put their ears back and come after Trevor. You're going to have to run the ball, similar to what Jacksonville was doing in September. ETN needs to carry the ball 20 times, I think, on Sunday. It's going to be one of those games.
Yeah, it really is. And the way that they blitz quarterbacks, they don't do it as frequently as other teams, but they have more success chess when they do it. So that's going to be, part of this chess match that is going on this weekend with the Jags and the Broncos. All right, what's coming up?
Yeah, Brian Sexton, Jaguars.com, Jaguars Radio will join me. Also, Jamal St. Cyr of Channel 4, as it's going to be basically all Jags for the first 90 or so minutes as they get ready for their biggest game of the year and a game with massive playoff implications Sunday out there at Mile High.
All right, have a fun show.
Thanks, Rick.
That's going to do it for us. Thank you. And to the hundreds who came in, I appreciate it via social media, your comments on keeping this right here. Power Trip. Hornet's Nest. Okay? Always appreciate it. So we're going to stay with it. Thank you to Mark Duffner. We appreciate him being with us as well. That's going to do it. Thank you to our producer, Dylan Denmark. My name is Rick Ballou. Have yourself a great Tuesday. We'll do it again Wednesday, 6 to 8, right here on 92.5. And remember to download 92.5 FM, the app. No matter where you go, including Denver, you can take it with you.
Let the excitement of